Awesome. Got the recording started. Hey, everybody, listen, welcome to the Thursday night Basic Reset team call. My name's Ed Mayer, and I'm going to be taking the place of Mr. Randy Steen this evening. He's busy doing something, so he's unable to make it. And since we have an amazing team here at Basic Reset, we can fill the spots with no problem. So first off, I just want to take a second to thank everybody for taking time out of your schedule to come out here and hang with us just for a little bit. I'm just going to talk for a little, and then we're going to bring the man of the hour. The Big Cheese will be coming on and talking with you. But for a couple minutes, I've been wondering what I wanted to talk about tonight. And I thought, because I love Basic Reset so much, I'm going to take you on just a little bit of a journey, okay? It's not going to be very long, but there's a reason why, a big reason why I want to take you on this journey. And the journey started back in about 2007 when I was valet parking cars for a resort hotel in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And I had been valet parking cars for about 17 years at that point. And although I loved my job, like a lot of maybe you guys that are on this call right now, I wanted more. And I knew that obviously valet parking cars wasn't going to get me more. So I came out online and I started looking at, different ways of making money. And I, back then, got started with a product company. Again, this was 2007. Had some good products. And if any of you guys have been in this industry, or even if you're a little bit new, I'm sure you're going to be able to relate, okay? But in order for me to get started in that company, I had to pay a startup fee. I had to pay a website fee. I had to buy a kit. Now, the kit included products, but it was quite a bit of product. And at that time, the person that I joined with was encouraging me and telling me that I need to buy a bigger pack, spend more money on this bigger pack with lots more product in it so that I can be qualified to make more money. And now remember, I'm coming out of valet parking cars and coming into this home-based business industry, so I didn't have no skills. I didn't have no knowledge of this. I just knew that I wanted more out of life. And I believed in this philosophy of this home-based business industry and network marketing. So I bought into this, and I spent lots and lots of money just to get started. Long story short, I built this business for about 4.5 years. And when I say I built this business, I quit my full-time job of 18 years now in 2008, and have been working from home since then full-time, okay? So this was a commitment on my end because, again, I wanted more. So I built this business for 4.5 years, and there were a lot of things in them 4.5 years that really started to bother me because I, at the beginning, like some of you all, are thinking and looking just at the money, at the income, okay? And that's normal. But I'm here to tell you that once you stop that and you start to think of how you can have an impact on other people's lives, the income will come, okay? So back when I started, it was all about the money. I think I even had dollar signs in my pupils. It was crazy, okay? But then I grew, and I'm building this business, and although I'm having success, a lot of my team was not having success, okay? And I was finding it very, very hard later on to be asking people to spend $300, $800, $1,500 to get to start up this business. It started to really eat at me. And coming to find out, I had a lot of really hard-working people in my organization, but life hit them. Life caught up to them. Extra bills, bigger bills in the winter, like when it gets cold, like it is right now. And life just hit them. And guys, listen, heating your home for your family is going to be more important than a monthly auto ship of products, of which you probably have a ton of it sitting in your cupboards or in your garage. Okay, so 2012, I decided I was done. I had enough. I wanted to help people. That was my main focus. I wanted to help people in this business, and it just wasn't working. So I left. I spent a couple of years learning internet marketing, and then my good buddy, Mr. Randy Steen, introduced me. Well, actually, I want to put this first. He asked me, he hit me up on Facebook, and he asked me, "Hey Ed, have you watched the Power of Fred video?" And I was like, "I have no idea what that is, Randy. I've never heard of it." He said, "I'm going to shoot it over to you. I need you to watch this video." And I watched this video, and I'm not going to give any percentages because once Fred comes on the line, he can give you the percentages of the people that watch this video that buy product or join the company. He can give you that. But I watched this video, and I messaged Randy back as soon as the video was done, and I said, I'm in. I'm in with you. This was August 2015, and guys, I love it. Basic Reset, what Fred and Kim have done, they have checked off all the boxes that were the reason for me leaving the industry back in 2012. No startup fees, no monthly auto ships. You don't even have to buy product in order to make money. Now, do we recommend that? No, because you want to be taking the products because you want to create a testimonial, a story, because that will be your biggest marketing piece to share with people. So, long story short, it comes full circle. And from me starting in 2007, walking away in 2012, coming back full circle because Fred and Kim have it right. And I'm so honored because I got to hug Fred and Kim. I got to stand with them. I got to talk with them. I got to look into their loving, caring eyes. Guys, you can see it. You can feel it when you're around them. They are literally here to change lives. And I am 1,000% on board. I love the products. I love the company. I love what Fred and Kim stand for. And guys, on that note, I think I'm going to end, and I'm going to go ahead and introduce Mr. Fred Kaufman. Take it away, my friend. Hope I didn't take too long.
Well, thank you, Ed, and I love your story. Welcome, everybody, to the call. We're so thankful that you decided to give up some of your valuable time to join us tonight. I hope you'll find that at the end it was worth it. We had a little glitch. I want to make an announcement. We had a little glitch with PayPal. They've updated their software, and something happened yesterday, and it caused our website not to be able to even accept PayPal payments, which is not a huge deal because most people have another way to make a payment. But it was a little bit embarrassing, and we got on them about it, and they had it fixed within about 3 hours. And then I went to make the payout through PayPal for commissions, and we had another glitch. It kept saying that it would only allow me to pay with one currency. Well, I looked in my file. I went through it 6 times, and I didn't have anything selected except U.S. dollars, so I couldn't understand what was happening. So I called them, and they said, oh, we're sorry. We've got a lot of other people having the same problem. We've got people working on it, but I'm going to turn in a ticket. So nothing happened yesterday. I sent out an email. I hope everybody got it. And then I called this morning. Of course, I tried it again, and it didn't work. Got the same error message. Called him back, and I got a different guy this time, and he said, well, I'll put in a ticket. And I said, well, look in the records. I said, there should have been a ticket put in yesterday. And he said, well, yes and no. He said he didn't really do it the right way. And I said, okay. So he said, but I've got it taken care of. He said, hold on a minute. And he went and talked to somebody in the tech department and came back. He said, I've got a guy working on it right now. And so long and short of it is it didn't get fixed. And so we started doing the payout one at a time, which is an arduous task, but we did it anyway. We wanted you guys to get paid, didn't want you to have to wait any longer. So it should be by now that everyone has gotten their commissions. And again, I apologize on behalf of PayPal. It really irritated me. Just a minute. We had talked to a company, oh gosh, it was a few months ago, I'll say it that way, and they offered us a debit card, and it would be our own private debit card, I believe MasterCard, and we could offer it to our distributors, and we wouldn't have to use PayPal anymore. Now, when I say wouldn't have to, PayPal really is a pretty good deal. There's no cost to get a PayPal account. If you get a PayPal debit card, you can even have a debit card in your hands. As soon as your commission comes in, it's available immediately. It works just like any other debit card you might have from your bank. And if you use it for purchases, you can actually get an extra 1% cash back. So I was real happy with it, and I think most people in our company are happy with it. But we can't have glitches. It's just too much work. It creates doubt, and so we started to make arrangements to get our own debit card. So I don't know how long it's going to take. When I talked to the guy yesterday, he said probably about 3 weeks. That's how long it takes to go through the whole process to set up your account and everything. And then the debit card will be available. Now, we're hoping to have our logo on the card, so it'll be our own branded Basic Reset debit card. And we were pretty excited about that. So we hope that within 3 weeks we'll be able to make the announcement that they're available. I've got good news and bad news. The bad news is it costs $9.95 to get the card. But the good news is for each one of you that gets the card, we're going to give you a $10 store credit so that you can get your money back in the form of a purchase of product in our store. So that's the big announcement. Again, I apologize that we had this glitch. It wasn't our fault. It wasn't anything that we did wrong. We've been making these payments golly, for about 2 years. When we were doing our testing back in 2014, I think we started in March of 2014, and at the end of a year, we only had 149 people because we were just testing the system. And we realized we needed better software. So then in March of 2015, we upgraded to full network marketing software. So we continued using PayPal and never had any problems. And then all of a sudden now we had this problem, and we had another problem with it back in March. And so we thought that's, twice in 1 year, as Gomer Pyle would say, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. And so we decided it was time, and so probably the first week of January, we'll be able to make the announcement that we have the branded Basic Reset debit card that you'll be able to order and get your commissions paid on that. It won't cost you anything to receive your commissions, from what my understanding is. We'll have to pay a small fee, but that's okay. It's not a problem. We have a lot of other exciting things that are happening behind the scenes. I won't get into all the details of it because we learned a lesson with the Java trim that we had actually placed an order and sent a deposit for Java trim to hopefully even have samples to pass out at our convention, and it didn't happen. And we were very disappointed, but we told everybody we'll have it, probably the next week. And then we found out that the formula that we had been told was going to be in the product wasn't actually the formula that we got in our samples. And long story short, we found that the owner of the company had been deceitful, and we just don't operate that way. We're a very high-integrity company. Ethics is very important to us, and we just won't do business with someone that isn't straightforward and honest. And when we found that out, we canceled the order, and then we started looking for another supplier. We found another supplier, but the same thing happened again. We found deceit and untruthfulness, and we thought, we can't do it. We just can't enter into a long-term relationship with someone that isn't honest with us. So we found another company, and then we found out, as we were ready to pull the trigger, as they say, we found out that they didn't have a licensed GMP facility, which isn't a big deal. It was a clean facility. They were being inspected by the state health authorities, but that's not the same. And we wanted to make sure that any company that we did business with, they had GMP manufacturing facilities. So we were back to the drawing board. So I found another company, and this guy, it's a large company, so the representative I was talking to is also a formulator. And I told him what we were looking for, and he said, well, Fred, I really would advise you to just start from scratch. Build a formula. And he said, while you're thinking about the ingredients you want in there, because I gave him a list of what I wanted, he said, just think of this. The ingredients that you're talking about, none of them have what they call structure-function claims. Now, a structure-function claim means that you can actually say the product does something. And that's a very sacred thing to have with the product, because the FTC and the FDA are very serious about guarding companies against saying anything that their product will do other than to say helps support. But with the ingredients that this guy alerted me to, and I already knew about them, but I didn't know that they actually had studies done and we would be able to make claims. So we're on the drawing board still. It's probably going to be well after the new year that we announced Java trim will be available, but it's going to be a dynamite formula. And as you know, we're always operating under that theme, we can make it better. And so we have a really good formulator, really good manufacturing company to work with, and we're going to come out with something that will really be nice. So having said all that, just wanted to talk a little bit about how to build your business. And I get calls not every day, but quite often, calls from people who are asking me advice on some program, some kind of software, some kind of a plan to advertise. And oftentimes it'll be something that is also a network marketing or affiliate program. And I think, although not everyone has said this, but I think they're also thinking, if I could get Fred on board with this and he would bring all of the basic reset distributors in, I would not only be able to increase my basic reset business, but I'd have a nice little side business making commissions off of this software. Well, we don't do that. We don't play that game. And there's a lot of good reasons for that. One of them is that I first started in network marketing in 1969. In 1995, I started marketing Aqualite under a different name through network marketing. So I've had a lot of experience with network marketing, and since 95, I've had the privilege of being able to see behind the curtain, if you will, at how network marketing companies operate. And one of the things that I saw over and over again was the companies really had their bottom line at the forefront. They wanted to really make money first and foremost. Then the people who were their full-time recruiters, some people call them heavy hitters, they had them in mind to make money second, and then the average person. And we saw something that we didn't like. And we decided when we started our company, we were going to do it differently. We were going to build the company as though we were an affiliate or distributor designing the framework. And it was more than coincidental that I had done this video for a company in Africa that at one time was selling our products, Aqualite and Ionite. And we decided to put that video on the website, an edited version of it. And it was so exciting, the feedback we were getting from people. And as Ed said, I would tell you what the statistics are. It's about 90%. It's mind-boggling to me because it wasn't intended to be a marketing video per se. It was basically me telling my story and then talking a little bit about Aqualite and Ionite. And yet we found that about 90%, that's 9 out of 10 people who watch that video, order product and join the company. We have had these people then who would join the company and want to find a way to advertise. And I think it's because it's the mindset that if I can get this in front of a lot of people, that I'm going to have a lot of sales. It really doesn't work that way. In fact, some of the people that call us will complain. They'll say, I'm doing a lot of advertising, but I'm not getting many people. Sometimes they'll say, I'm not getting anyone to order product. What's wrong? And we always ask them the same thing. Do you ever follow up with the people? Do you ever talk to them? And the same thing comes back. No, that's why I'm advertising. I don't really want to talk to the people. And sometimes they don't say it so straightforwardly, but that's essentially what their meaning is. They want to do this at arm's length. Now imagine we had the opportunity, and still it's on the table, to sell our products through Walgreens and Walmart. Now, anybody who would be sitting in my seat and had that opportunity would probably see dollar signs and think, oh my gosh, I'm set for life. I can have my products in every Walmart and every Walgreens practically overnight. Well, is that really? I tend to think that it probably isn't going to be the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow that most people think it would be. And here's why. There's no relationship. there would have to be advertising just to get people to come in the store to find the product, to look for the product. Because if you've ever been to Walgreens or Walmart, the people can tell you where things are, but don't dare ask them advice on what you might need. They don't really have that kind of knowledge. It's not a bad thing. It's just, it is what it is. So imagine that if we had Aqualite Nianite on the shelf of every Walgreens and every Walmart, unless we were doing advertising to tell people about the products, to send them into the stores to get the products, who would go in there to get it? There would be some accidental sales probably of people that picked it up and said, "What's this?" But all you can have is just what's on the label. And again, the FTC is very guarded as to what you can say on a label. So we turned it down. And we decided that we would start our own company and we would build it as though we were a distributor or an affiliate. And that's what we did. It wasn't, we never thought, one time did we ever think, how much money can we make? In fact, for those of you who don't know, when we first started selling Aqualite Nianite, it was $29.95. When we started our company, we lowered the price to $24.95. That ought to tell you something. There's nothing stopping us from selling it for $29.95. It's well worth it. Anybody who has used the products know that $29.95 is still a good deal. But we also decided that we would, most of all, we decided we wanted to be able to help people get their products for free as quickly and easily as possible. We looked at the industry statistics. Now, this is with people having to pay a fee to get in to a company or buy a package, as Ed was describing, sign up for a mandatory auto ship. The average in the industry is 2 people. It's actually a little less than that, but you can't have a decimal point when you're describing a human. So 2 people. That's what the industry average is of people being able to go out and recruit other people. 2 people. There's about 3% who are full-time recruiters that can recruit hundreds of, if not thousands of people. But the industry average is 2. And so we thought, okay, if the industry average is 2, what if we made people stretch just a little bit and have them get 3? And we would give them, well, it's 33 1/3%, but we rounded it up, not down, but up to 35%, so that with just 3 referrals of customers who purchase products, you would have earned the money if they buy what you want, and more than likely they will if you've used the products and you're telling them about what you bought, that you would earn the money to then be able to buy your products and essentially get them for free. That's how we laid this out. So our vision was to have a company full of customers that were all getting their products for free. And it hasn't worked out exactly the way we thought, and here's why. People are getting others to maybe watch the video, and they order products, but they're not following up. They're not encouraging the person by giving them more information or just having a relationship so that the person orders and then they kind of drop out, and nobody's calling them up to find out even why they dropped out. It's not because of the products. I assure you the products work. I'm not going to get into that. We're going to save that now for the Tuesday call, the second and fourth Tuesday of each month. That's our product info call. But the point is, if you follow up with someone, usually they just need a little encouragement. They want to know that you care about them. I posted on Facebook one Saturday. People don't want to know, people don't care what you know. They want to know that you care. And just that little follow-up call makes all the world of a difference. And the proof of that, just so you know I'm not just talking, I actually have proof. We ran this sale, the Cyber Week sale, and we had an increase in sales. Of course, we knew that would happen. But what was most surprising is we had a 70% increase in the number of people who earned a commission. Now, how did that happen? It happened because people were thinking, oh, my gosh, I'm going to call all of my customers and tell them about the sale. And they did. And there were customers who maybe had ordered and hadn't ordered again for several months. And when they found out about the sale, they thought, okay, and also because their sponsor showed that they cared about them. This relationship was fueled. And people ordered. So the sales went up, and we knew that would happen. Anytime you have a sale, you can expect an increase in sales. That's a no-brainer. But the surprise was a 70% increase in the number of people earning commissions. Now, the point of all that is to say, if you would simply establish relationships, whether you get people through advertising or you just make a list and call people that you already know, and just tell them to watch the video, you're going to get 9 out of 10 people to order product. You don't have to talk about the products. You just call them up and say, you got to see this video. So 9 out of 10 people will order product, and then you follow up and you show them how by joining the company at no cost and referring 3 other people, you'd have to, let's say 4, because if it's 9 out of 10, you'd need that other person. So 3 out of 4 people would watch the video and order product. You'd have your 3, and you would have the money to pay for your product. If customers knew that, I assure you, they would want to get on board. Who doesn't want free? Everybody wants free. My wife is one of the most savvy shoppers you'll ever see. I've seen her go into a store and pull out coupons and walk away with something almost free, or in some cases free, because she's a savvy shopper. I know the power of the word free. The failure has come in people following up and teaching their customers how they could get their products for free. And this was demonstrated to us here just a week ago when we paid out commissions and there was a 70% increase. So it works. It absolutely does work. I was talking to someone just recently that was asking me about an SEO software that would get their website ranked higher on Google, and asked me if I was interested, and I said, I'm not interested. And then I told them this scenario, and he stopped me and he said, you know, when I first heard about your company and your products, I was told to watch this video, so I did. And I said, wow. I immediately called my brother and I said, you got to see this video. And he watched it. Because of my excitement, I didn't tell him anything about the products because I didn't know anything. I just simply said, you got to see this video. He watched the video, called me back, and he said, wow, that was amazing. I've already ordered my products. And he said, my brother ordered product before I did. So he had already earned a commission towards the purchase of his product, and all that happened is that somebody called him and said, hey, you got to see this video. And then he called somebody and said, you got to see this video. And the whole thing fell into motion. So the point of everything that I've said in this little scenario is don't make this hard. The people who are making most money in our company, and yeah, we want to make a difference in somebody's life with these life-changing products. Yeah, that's foundational. But we also, some of us really need to earn a living. Some of you are thinking, gee, if I just had a few $100s more a month, I'd be happy. But the opportunity is so real, and it's so available, and it's so easy. just make a list, call some people, call one person a day. And if you follow up, that's 2 people. So you call up one person, a new person. The next day you call up another new person, and you call the person you called the day before and ask them if they watched the video. And if they give you an excuse, well, I've been busy and no, I haven't had a chance to watch it, then tell them to go to their computer and click on the testimonial page and scroll down to Bentley's Miracle and ask them to watch the video. You'll hold on the phone while they watch it. Now, it's hard to escape that, and most people will do it. If you just say, go to your computer, scroll down to Bentley's Miracle on the testimonial page, and watch that video. I'm going to stay on the line while you watch it. They'll do it. Randy was telling me about somebody in another company he was in years ago, and he said they were the top distributor, the top money earner in the company, and this was the secret. This person would call somebody on the phone and say, have you got, and I don't remember what the exact dollar amount was, that's not important, but it was like $50. Have you got room for an extra $50 on your credit card? That's how they started out. And the person would say, well, yeah, I suppose I do. Okay, go get your card. Well, what do I need my card for? Because there's a new product out there. I've already gotten it. I love it. You're going to love it, and I want you to take advantage of it right away. Go get your card. And they would go get their card, and they'd order the product before they even knew what it was. People want to know that you care about them. And in the conversation, the person who was told to get their credit card knew, because of the past relationship, that this person cared about them, and they wouldn't be telling them to get involved in some kind of a scam. And so they would just go get their card and order the product. Now, I'm not suggesting that you do that. You have to be very confident if you're going to do that, but it can be done. But it's so simple to just call somebody up and say, you got to see this video. Kind of like if you had seen the new Star Wars movie and you called somebody up and say, oh my gosh, you got to see this movie. What's it about? Well, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Well, the title kind of gives it away, right? It's Star Wars. But pick any other kind of a title, a movie that you've seen that you really liked, and you call somebody and say, you got to see this movie. They want to be excited too. They can hear the excitement in your voice. They want to be excited. And so when Friday comes and they get paid, they're going to be standing in line at the box office to get the ticket to that movie because they want to be excited too. So with just a little bit of excitement in your voice, you got to see this video. People will watch it. And again, 9 out of 10 will watch it. I was blown away years ago by a cassette tape, many of you have heard of it, called Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And that launched a career of a guy named Dr. Joel Wallach. He was virtually unheard of before then. And now he's, in some shape or fashion, owner of a company, a network marketing company, still selling that original liquid mineral product that, by the way, a gallon of that product won't do as much for you as 4 ounces of Ionite. I can talk about that more on one of our product info calls. But we have something better than what they have, and they've got a company that sells about $1 billion a year in product. Not just that product, they've got a lot of products. But the point is, when Randy first saw that video and we first talked on the phone, he said, you know, that's a very powerful video. You can build a very successful company if you can just get people to watch that video. And I said something about the he brought up about the Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And he said, your video is every bit as powerful as that Dead Doctors Don't Lie cassette tape. In fact, I believe it's more powerful. And it has proven out The top people in our company, the top money earners in our company, are people who have gotten that concept. And they spend their time calling people. Maybe sometimes they have a post on Facebook, and one of the people that they already know contacts them and say, hey, what's this all about? But by and large, it's contacting people and saying, hey, you got to see this video. Now, I'm not opposed to advertising. If that works for you, great. Do whatever works for you. But it can't be any simpler than that. Even people who don't have skills, sales skills, or they don't have a way of leading people down a path to make a decision. You don't have to have that. Very unskilled people. Remember, we built this company for the average person, and the average person is not a born salesman. And it works for people, even the ones that don't have sales skills, who have never been successful in any network marketing company before, can be successful in our company, and we're seeing it happen. So I want to encourage all of you, please, just try it out. If you get 3 people to watch that video in a 30-day period, you'll probably get more than that if you call somebody every day. You'll probably end up with 27. But let's say you just get 3. If you just teach those people how they can do the same thing you did, which is call people up and tell them to watch this video, you'll end up with those people getting their 3 people. Now you'll have 9 that they got added to your original 3. And then the next month, if everybody does the same thing again, remember, you've only gotten 3 people. You don't have to get any more than that, just 3. But if those 12 people end up getting 3 more, you're going to end up with a very large organization in 6 months. Much, much more than you could ever have done if you spent a lot of money on advertising and got total strangers who you didn't have a relationship with and never taught them how they could get their product for free. You're going to have an organization that is solid. Because remember, there's nothing more explosive than the word free. And when you have a group of people who are all getting their product for free, why would they ever quit? Why would they ever stop ordering their products? They're basic foundational products. Why would they ever quit? And now we have the new Trim Up. We've gotten some really excited people using Trim Up. We're going to have a lot more. We're going to have people on our call on the second and fourth Tuesday, the product info call, describing their experiences with the product. As Randy said, if nothing else, make a fat list. The people you know who have struggled with their weight. And just say, hey, I've got something that could really be the answer to what you're looking for. Randy and Penny both were on our product call. If you haven't heard it, go back and listen to it. You would have gotten the replay information in an email. And listen to what Penny especially was saying, how she had struggled with her weight for a long, long time and had tried everything that she could get her hands on, but nothing worked. Maybe she would lose a few pounds only to have it come right back. Or she'd hit a plateau and wouldn't lose any more. She calls Randy just about every day and tells him how much she loves Trim Up. So all of the orders that people placed for the introductory sale, which ends Saturday night at midnight, so if you haven't placed your order, you might want to do it. Save yourself 25%. And even if you're not done with your shopping yet, you might even think of somebody that could use one as a present. But we have what we think is a really dynamite formula. It has worked for the people that have tried it in our test group. Even other people outside the company had used it and had very good results. We think we've got a real winner here. So that's another way of building your business where you don't have to even even talk to people about the video if you don't want to. Just talk to people about, are you still struggling with your weight? And this is a door opener, because once people use any of our products, could be any one of our products, are powerful enough that you could build a whole company around any one of these products. And we've got more than 12 of them now. But if you could get somebody interested in the Trim Up or the Java Primo Java or the Vibrant, those are door openers. Now somebody's going to come back to you and say, what else you got? I love this. What else you got? And then you open the door up for this foundational Aqualite and Ionite, the products that you put in your water. So I just looked up at the clock. I didn't know I'd been talking that long. So I'm going to wrap it up by just saying we love all of you. We're so thankful. We're blessed. Just a minute. What? Yeah. Kim wanted to make sure I told you about the debit card. We love all of you. We're so thankful and so blessed. Every day we just feel so blessed to have you as part of our company, and we're available. If you have any questions, you need a little encouragement, call your sponsor. If your sponsor doesn't help you, give me a call or give Kim a call. We're available. So with that, again, I thank you all for giving up your time to be on the call. We're going to do this again next Thursday, the 22nd, and then on the 27th, the following Tuesday, we're going to have the next product info call. So God bless each of you, and we will see you in a week. All right, thank you.